Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alderperson Vitale,
Here.
Grisham,
Here.
Root,
Here.
Reinke,
Here.
Spansky.
Here.
All present.
Okay, then.
Chair, motion to approve the minutes
Yeah.
of the August 4th meeting, the September 1st, 2020 meeting, September 8th, 2020, and those were recess meetings, and the August 4th, 2020 meeting.
Second. Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. So we have, at this point, we have a Sampson and complainant in matter of the complaints against Mr. Stefex, LLC, Neil A. Stefex, agent for the premise located at 1902 South 68th Street, D/B/A, the Drunk Uncle 2019-2020 combination Class B Tavern License 2080.
Mr. Chair, if I could.
Yes, go ahead, Nick.
Prior to starting any continued hearing, I had a chance to speak with Mr. Stefik. I kind of just surprised him on this. We didn't talk before the meeting, but just as he walked in today. In thinking over the evidence thus far, I thought it might be an option to present a stipulation to the committee for a proposed resolution. My goal being, as the prosecutor, that we want to impress upon Mr. Stefik and more generally bar owners that there are confines to the law and to make sure they stick to those and try to act responsibly in the city of West Dallas, but also taking into consideration that Mr. Stefik might have some hard times during COVID, A. B, has taken some steps, including moving, and if you have questions for him later, I'm sure you can ask those, but he did schedule an impact assessment for later this month. I believe he said it was next week, the 30th or so. And that kind of the options that I see the committee has, and Rebecca can speak to this more since she's the attorney for the committee in this instance, but the options really are to not renew, so Mr. Stefik would then not have any license, to renew and have no sanctions whatsoever, or to renew and have potential between 10 days and 90 days of a sanction. And so in light of those options, we proposed back and forth some days. Mr. Stefik was willingly close down for a period of days. In fact, he kind of overcut where I was looking at potentially in this case. But we agreed on 7 days to be closed. I did not make that in the stipulation to be consecutive days. I said in here, these days will be determined at the discretion of the city attorney's office through discussion with Mr. Stefik. I see a typo in there right now. He signed it, I signed it, we initialed it. I'm going to present that to the committee at this point, but I think you have full discretion to, obviously at this point, do whatever you want. If you think you want to talk to Mr. Stefik still, I think you obviously can. If you say this has to be adopted by the committee, so you can rip it up, it's nothing. It was an attempt to circumvent and make sure that it's smooth sailing after this point as well. And so it's completely up to the committee however you want to proceed. I have this document here. If you'd like a copy of it or the copy of it, this is that stipulation. But you can proceed as you see fit. I think the committee can still go into closed session as well to deliberate whether or not you want to do this or one of the other options that Attorney Hammett can discuss altogether.
Yeah, before we go on the closed sessions, I would like to ask you some questions,
Yes, sir.
Do you want Mr. Stefik to, he should probably be sworn if you're going to be asking him questions.
Yes. You want to
So
swear?
raise your right hand. Let me find it. I just want to make sure I say it right. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. So, first of all, you did register with the classes, so
Yes,
when
sir.
you're going to begin, and understand that is the crisis of the
The assessment is
coronavirus.
for September 30th. And then from there, it moves on. So nothing happens until that's the first step.
Okay, then the other questions that I have, how are you going to choose, per se, if you would determine based on our city assistant city attorney Sherwin, how are you going to, more or less the closures, I mean, are 7 days, but I understand there's some reservation, I believe, from some of the older persons or committee members. Maybe they would like to ask you some questions just as well.
Are you asking what am I gonna do during those days off?
Yes,
Probably do a lot of cleaning. And might as well, right?
okay.
And just for the record, and I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
If there's any sanctions, if there's any closure, what really all you can order is that they can't sell alcohol during that period of time. He could be open, and I don't know if he sells food or anything else, but this is only regarding a license for selling alcohol. And so, we sometimes run into that where, whoa, the place was open, what's going on? And unless we can prove they were selling alcohol, that's the issue. And they would send officers there, and they have in the past sent officers to check and make sure that,
I would not have the open sign on. Leave it at that.
Mr. Chair, if I may?
Yes, go ahead.
In light of this
Officer
stipulation and potential agreement, I would move to discuss this further in closed session unless there's any other alders that have any questions. I think Attorney Serwin laid that out pretty
Yes, please.
clear.
Please,
So if you'd
yes.
like to discuss in closed session, we can move
Yes.
forward with our decision.
All in favor to go on?
That was my
closed session?
motion. There's a second?
All in favors?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. So we are in closed session.
Thank you,
gotta
Mr.
read that
Serwin.
little,
Yeah, you want me to
What
read
about
it or either way? I have it right here, so.
Go ahead.
Okay, for the agenda file.
you.
Right, good. Yeah, 3 times.
Discussions, was determined that, based on our assistant city attorney, Mr. Serwin, for you, I believe you choose and pick the 7 days.
I can do that.
So I believe that that's the consensus.
And it was to be completed by December 31st.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. By December 31st, you gotta complete that.
Sure.
And just for the record, you had a chance to review this document before you
Yes,
signed it, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh,
Stefan.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Any, was I coercive at all with you, or anything that you feel like you want to put on the record at all?
I think we're very clear.
All right. And then I will work out with Mr. Stefik in the next day or two and would notify the committee and also notify the West Dallas Police Department that they'll check up on those dates and make sure
Great.
the closures, and they're going to happen before, I agree, this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick. So we need an emotion for the.
I will make a motion to approve Mr. Stefik's license with the stipulation set at 7 days of closure of his business with agreement to figure out those dates with the city attorney's office to be completed no later than December 31st of this year. And I think that covers
Covers the whole.
covers it unless I'm missing any part of it.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Good luck to you. sir.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Stefik.
Thank you.
Mr. Stefik, I'll send you a copy of this, and we'll talk about the dates tomorrow, okay?
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Now we move to new and previous
Thank you.
matters.
Thanks, Rebecca.
So we have 2020-2022 operator license, bartender sales clerk, application of Nicholas J. Nowak.
It's Nicole.
Nicole, oh, it's a Nicole? Okay, it's a woman. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, any, based on the information, I don't know, there's no records, right?
This was previously discussed, and she was previously denied.
Yes,
This would be her opportunity to respond with proof of rehabilitation or competent rehabilitation. My
Yes.
understanding that she has not, or has responded.
She did email me, if I may, Mr. Chair, she did email me and said that she would appear, but obviously she did not.
well, if it's not
Okay.
up here, I need and if someone want to make a motion
Move
of
to
denial.
deny.
Second.
All in favor of denial of the
Aye.
applications?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Then we move on to item 2020-0639, 2020-2022 operator license, bartenders.
Move to deny.
Yes, just as well.
Do we have a
Can I
second? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, so.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So we move on with 2020-0640, 2020-2022 operator license, bartender sales clerk application of Jenny
Miss-
Barr.
Mr. Chair, if I
Yes.
may?
Yes,
It's-
go ahead.
It appears that we have one individual before us, and we're going to probably deny whoever else is not here. So may I ask your name?
Peter Bergland.
Okay, so,
Come up, please.
Come in, Peter.
good evening, Mr. Berglund.
All right, Peter. So, based on your application, what was your,
I had a DUI in January of last year. It was for a previous establishment's holiday party. I had stopped drinking for about 3 hours. I thought I was good. I was driving home to Brookfield, and I was kind of between lanes when the cop saw me. I wasn't swerving or anything. He pulled me over. I blew a .10 out in the field. I blew a .09 by the time I got back to the station. I should have waited a little longer. I should have Ubered. It was my mistake. I completed an impact rehabilitation course. I now Uber if I've had anywhere close to what I think would be over. If I've just had one or two in the span of like 3 hours, I still drive because that's not enough.
yeah, thank you, Peter. So based on what I had seen That's the only offense you have, right?
There is one other one.
I'm
I
glad you
had-
said that. I want to see how honest you are.
I had a driving while revoked. I was moving from Brookfield to West Dallas in April of last year, and I was trying to get a friend so we could get the U-Haul so I could start moving, and I just got pulled over. They ran my plates. It was a stupid thing to do. I don't drive while revoked. I didn't drive while revoked anytime after that. Once I moved over to the area, I live on 81st and Lapham now, so I walk if I'm to places nearby. I-
Mr. Chair? Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Alderman
I'm sorry.
Road.
Go ahead,
No,
I thought you were done.
Right, Alderman Road?
I don't have it, where are you bartending?
Camino in West Dallas.
Oh, just opened.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
motion to approve.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Good luck.
Mr. Berglund, thank you for coming.
But I
Thank you.
have a question. Do you have a driver's license now?
I do not currently have a driver's license, no.
You do now?
No,
No, no.
But you drove?
I was dropped off.
You were dropped off.
Yes,
I see.
yes.
Okay. Thank you, committee.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
License will get approved at the council meeting in September, the first Tuesday of September.
You mean October?
Is your provisional still?
Yes, my provisional is still
Yeah.
covered.
Okay,
Okay, sure.
October, I'm sorry, October.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
If we can move along to Jamie Barr, Cassandra Petrowski,
All of them.
yeah, Sue Diddy Roman, no, that's,
I make a
that-
motion to deny all of them.
there we go, second.
That's good. Man, it's so easy, you guys.
See, there we go,
Make-
easy
Make
peasy.
life easy for me.
Moving right along.
So you got a second for
Yep.
denial?
Yep,
I
so
second
that-
Opposed?
All in favor?
All in favors?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? The I have it. I'm just having a little fun here. So, any further questions before we adjourn?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Further items?
We have two more
For
items.
the,
two more.
okay, well, I was going with the police department reports, is that what you're?
Yeah, that's one of the two items.
Yeah, are we want to see someone tell you or Vince or Alderman Vitale?
Sure, yep. If you want somebody to come in, you would tell Alderman Vitale, and Ann would take care of asking them to show up.
Yes,
I'm weighing options for discussions. Well, I guess, are we on that section right now?
Yes.
yeah, good, good.
Lemansky's is one of the bars that is on there, and I know Lemansky's was a discussion point last time as well. In my review of Lemansky's recent calls, I think they're certainly on the bubble in terms of whether or not there are offenses that are wrong acts that we would want to move forward on, and things that are maybe that they've been making some internal decisions poorly, or maybe they're hosted nights or something. Or there's been like fights there, and it doesn't seem like they're over serving, but there's a lot of fights, and there's a lot of phones being stolen, and there's things that are happening constantly that are a lot of calls for service. So I'm going to explore on my end whether or not it's maybe a nuisance property, or I approach it in that sense. It's a nuisance commercial property that requires maybe an updated camera system so they can help actually enforce some of the stuff that's going on. Or maybe we go forward with a license and health, summons a complaint process. But I want to update the committee that I am looking into it, and I'm weighing those three options.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. So I think we should move on something between those three options, right?
If Cale's position, the city attorney, Cale Decker's position is that we don't want the committee to prejudge matters, and so you can either tell me to issue summons and complaint for Lemansky's at this point, or I will do it on my own if I think there's a sufficient basis to pull them in. Otherwise, if I don't do that, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do one of the other two things, is approach them about a nuisance property or approach them about updating their camera system.
I'm
There will
fine
be
with
something that I do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Sure, let's do that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no reason
Chair?
for, yes, Alderman Rowe.
This isn't for the bars, but this is probably for our police department. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure you picked up on it,
Yes.
but it was the same guy in both bars.
3 or 4 different calls for service on the same exact guy.
Yep.
So I did look into that too, and I saw that, I'm gonna look into whether or not, none of them are happening at his residence. oddly enough. And so if there is somebody that calls the police a lot to their house or residence, we
Right.
can declare the premises a nuisance property. But we don't really declare individuals nuisances. We just cite them and give them tickets.
Well,
I know there's I'm sorry, 1 second. There's referrals down to the DA's office. I checked there. I don't see any charges pending, but I know they're way backlogged. And so I'm gonna follow up with the DA's office. The good news is that they're referring these cases to ADA O'Neill, who I know and who I've worked with in the past, and she is our community prosecutor, or has been at least. And so we get some traction with ADA O'Neill to charge more of these community-based nuisance type offenses that maybe a different DA wouldn't connect the dots on. So I'm gonna follow up with ADA O'Neill and see what's going on with that guy, because
Yeah, and if I may, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
and if, for lack of a better term, the police department, they have like a bar squad where they go in and just, even if there's not trouble, they'll go in and talk to the bars, hey, this, maybe get it to that person, if you would, please, and that would be greatly appreciated, I think, by the bar owners.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I have a question. In this August report, is that the one with TNT, when they had that event at the Dinette? I think we were looking into the licensure of,
yes. I haven't issued that yet. I will be issuing it. I don't want to make any excuses, but it's not done yet.
okay,
Municipal court is all-encompassing of.
I'm sure, I'm sure.
Yes.
I just wasn't sure if that was part of this
Yes.
August report.
I don't think it's on the August report, but it is, I have two that I will be issuing in short order. They're number one on my list of to-do things, so,
Okay,
two of them will be coming down the pipeline very
Very
shortly.
good, Nick.
okay. So then we need to make a motion to
To approve the report.
approve the report?
Second,
I'll second
Either
it.
approve or place on file, I'm not sure.
Place on
Place on
file?
file.
all in
Yeah.
favor to place on file?
Aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. So at this time, we,
Then there's one more.
I think we have one more with Churchill.
Kevin?
yeah,
Kenneth,
Mr.
excuse me.
Churchill, review license appraisal background check for consideration of possible approval or denial for Mr. Churchill. Well, I thought he was dead, it was from London, right? No, he's still alive. I'm just kidding.
I'm a little slow here, Vince, but I got it.
I tried to make you feel good with that lady, you know?
Yes.
Mr.
So-
Chair,
Yes,
this one is just a new used vehicle dealer's license. He has an OWI in '01, a very dated 1988 battery citation. I'm not even sure how we find that. And an '08 disorderly conduct citation.
Move to approve.
Second.
all in favors?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes
Mr.
have
Chair,
it. Go ahead.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, my goodness, all in favors of
Aye.
the
Aye.
Aye. See, that's how we do it.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay.
Very good, boy, good
Thank you.
meeting.
Have a good evening.